Saving the day, saving the day. Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Omni Viewer, and I'm sorry I haven't posted anything in a little bit, but I got slammed pretty hard by a severe head cold, which the rest of my family wound up catching when I was starting to get better, and I'm still recovering from it. I don't know if you can hear that I'm still a little plugged up, and I'll probably be clearing my throat a lot throughout this. But anyway, now that I'm feeling better, I wanted to get something up that can at least get a little more traffic coming to the page, and, well, it seems a lot of people care about that new Ghostbusters trailer, by which I mean they are freaking out about it. So, feels like I should probably give my 2 cents, because so far there are so far there are 3 major groups that are coming along to talk about this movie. They are the crowd that's upset that there's yet another remake because they're sick of everything being a remake. There are the people who are taking a 1980s comedy film way too seriously and are looking through it with nostalgia goggles whose lenses are this thick. And you have sexist pigs. So, I'm not in any of those categories, mind you, which is why I'm doing this video. So, I do enjoy Ghostbusters. You may as well know that. I like Ghostbusters. I have yet to meet anyone who doesn't. I feel that there are only 3 kinds of people in this world. Those who enjoy Ghostbusters, those who have not yet seen Ghostbusters, and liars. So, that being said, it's not my favorite movie, and there was a brief period a couple years ago where I felt oversaturated because I knew some people who would not stop watching it, but I still like it. Even during that period, I still enjoy Ghostbusters. And as for this new movie, well, I'm curious. I mean, it's not the greatest trailer ever, but do a little experiment for me. If you're judging the movie based on this trailer, go watch the original trailer for Ghostbusters and tell me if, based entirely on its own merits, you would want to see that movie. Just for the sake of argument. Because, trailers have a tendency to misrepresent the movie sometimes, or not give the movie its due. Just a little experiment I'm throwing out there. Anyway, I don't think the trailer is bad. And I'm honestly kind of surprised at how many in-depth, finely detailed reviews I have seen of this movie already being posted in the last couple days, based exclusively on this one trailer. I mean, you'd think they got advanced copies or something. But, the fact of the matter is, the movie has one thing it needs to rely on. And that will be its characters. I mean, when you get past everything else, I think the characters are the real reason Ghostbusters is so good. I mean, let's break it down here. What is the greatest aspect of Ghostbusters? Is it the plot? No, I don't think so. The plot doesn't really become important until halfway through the movie, and doesn't really even get explained until the final third. And before that, it's just a bunch of stuff happening. There really isn't much of a plot for the first chunk of the movie. Is it the special effects? Well, the special effects are good. I mean, they've aged incredibly well for a 1980s movie that was pre-digital, but that being said, they're not mind-blowing. It's not like Jurassic Park, where it was a movie that redefined special effects in Hollywood. They're just good special effects. But honestly, I think what makes the movie work the best is the characters. That's the reason why we come back. They are relatable, they are likable, they are everyman types, so they can literally be anyone, even though some of them have, advanced degrees in quantum physics and stuff. I do think it's the characters that make it work. They are the ones who make the jokes funny, because, you can tell a great joke, but you can tell it poorly. Their delivery is what makes the jokes work. Their reactions are what make the ghosts scary or silly, depending on the scene. Their relatability and likability is what distracts us from how the story just kind of meanders for most of the film. It's the characters. They are the strongest part of Ghostbusters. If you ask me, at least. And I think that's what this new movie really has to get right. Like the original, it will live or die on its characters. And in order to do that, I have to emphasize that they can't just be gender-flipped versions of the original cast. Now, to be clear, I am not against the idea of female Ghostbusters. In fact, I'm kind of for the idea. I see no reason why women cannot bust ghosts. I have yet to see anyone who says they can't make a legitimate argument as to why they can't bust ghosts. I've seen people try, certainly, but not succeed. But what I'm stressing here is that it can't just be the original characters with minus the Y chromosome, basically. I mean, it can't just be girl Venkman and girl Egon. They have to be their own characters in order for this to work. And it looks like the trailer doesn't show us too much, but it looks like, from my perspective, the characters are filling those archetypes. I have yet to see enough of them in action to know whether or not it's just blatant copying. Because, let's be honest here, if it's just a gender flip, then it's not a proper story. It's a fan fiction. No offense to the good fan fiction writers out there. I'm getting way off topic with that if I go too further. But that, I think, is the important thing. I mean, special effects, I've seen people complaining that all the ghosts are CGI and there's no practical. You know, what do you expect in modern Hollywood? You never see people complaining about CGI when CGI is good, or when it's, I don't know, it seems to be entirely circumstantial when people complain about it. The idea that it's a complete reboot and not a sequel, even though there's still a bunch of stuff that makes it seem like a sequel, I don't know, that's a whole different rabbit hole. They could make that work. We don't know. We haven't actually seen the movie yet. What concerns me is whether or not the characters can support the film the way the characters did in the original. And I think there is that potential. I really do. It could be a bad movie. There's always that possibility. Right now, there's a 50-50 shot that it's either a good movie or a bad movie. We don't know. But I just wanted to give you a little something different to think about. The idea that this movie might not actually be relying on the stuff that everyone is complaining about so far. So, just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know if I'll be seeing it in theaters. It might just be a rental, but I don't know. Depending on what else we see in the months to come, it might be good. At this point, I'm pulling for it, but I'm not going to be devastated if it turns out to be bad. So, just a little something to throw my hat into the ring. Yeah, I'm still recovering. My mind is everywhere. So that's all I have to say for now. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off. Those Ghostbusters claiming, cleaning up the town. Yeah.